it's like people like you who, you said kind of on the outside looking in, growing up unloved and kind of just hidden in the shadows. And that's the same way I grew up too. So you have to make the most of it. And I really like what you were talking about, like you can make a choice of what it is that how you want to respond to that. And I find that a lot of times we, as Jan Levon says, we get stuck on our story, you know.
Right.
So how did you decide not to be stuck on your story? Because that's like way deep. Like your parents couldn't give that to you, you know?
I think it for me, it's just that you come to a crossroad in your life, and I say it's kind of like you're on the edge of the cliff and you decide if you're going to go over that cliff or if you're going to find that resilience to bounce back. And for me, I didn't want to be a statistic. I wanted to survive. And I figured, and I am a little bit faith-based, or I'm pretty faith-based. I believe that all of us are created for a purpose. And it's up to us to determine that purpose. Our parents can't tell us, our kids can't tell us. Nobody can tell you what your purpose is. You have to find it for yourself. And for me, that was a journey. That was the beginning. It was everything that I never thought. And a lot of times it was fake it till you make it. The first time I got on stage and spoke to a bunch of people, I was a nervous wreck. But I faked it. I got up there like I owned it. Inside I'm trembling, but nobody would know because sometimes you just have to put that foot forward if you want to make it in life.
Mm-hmm. That's such a healthy perspective. What type of advice would you give someone who might be struggling with unworthiness or being hidden? And how would you suggest they move forward?
I think that they need to quietly somewhere and have a serious talk with themselves. And my friends actually laugh at me. I will talk to myself if I'm having a rough time, if something's too big, and I talk myself through it. You know, I think that nobody is going to love and respect you until you first love and respect yourself. So if you can't see the value in who you are, if you feel like you're a nobody, if you feel like, everybody deserves better than you, then you're never going to get anywhere because you're stuck in that hamster wheel. And I think you really have to have a good talk to yourself, and you have to say, hey, you're not that little girl anymore that the world shoved around. You're not abused and battered anymore. You have the power to rise above it